You do that, little boy.
Do.
Well, that's a fun way to start. You do
I
that,
will.
little boy. With no context to the viewers. Welcome to another Master Team. Welcome
Shall we not
to.
becoming the Pedo Tunes podcast?
Oh shit. Welcome to another Master Tunes podcast with me, your host Jack Hayward. On today's show we have our regulars Carson, George, and David. Well, Carson,
Hello!
you should be relegated to like pseudo-regular. Yeah, because you missed a couple of weeks, naughty boy.
It's terrible having this life thing. It's, stuff to do and free beer at hand. I'm not going to say no to free beer. Screw you guys.
I'd say no to free beer if I was driving. Responsibility, that is important.
I wasn't driving. I was just helping set up equipment.
While you're driving me crazy.
Whoa!
Am I driving you nuts?
Nuts?
You're nuts.
Oh, I see nuts.
You're steering wheel on there. Full left, full right. Let's go round and roundabout.
Alright, enough weird flirting. So, we're going to be talking about the news, and then in about like an hour's time, we'll get started on our movie of the week. So this week in news, we're going to be talking about Astro Boy, the controversial Batgirl cover, the Metalocalypse cancellation, California Raisins, where the fuck that is, and the Kids Next Door reboot. But before all that, we're going to do Astro Boy, which is some of all that, I suppose. So, yeah. There was a teaser that's been released very recently this week of the Astro Boy reboot, and I think it's actually called Astro Boy Reboot, which is very literal. Imagine if that was all in like the Hollywood films.
Yeah.
Batman reboot, Superman. That would be like Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice reboot, even longer name.
See, but now I'm imagining Enzo from Reboot as Batman. Given what it was like in season 3, I could imagine that.
Yeah. So the upcoming Astro Boy reboot it's a co-production between Shibuya Productions in Monaco, Karibara Production in France, and Tezuka Productions in Japan. So every single hard-to-name production company. See, no matter where you come from, you always put productions or production after your thing. So it could be like Nufia Productions, and you'd be like, okay, right, gotcha. So I think it's a mixture of CG and traditional hand-drawn animation. Am I right with saying that?
I think so.
According to my source. And it looks pretty wicked. What do you guys think?
I think it looks pretty damn cool.
All I can really comment on is the art style, and I like it. It's that nice blend of looks almost crayony, pastel crayony, with the kind of anime aesthetic. There's the way he still moved; it felt very anime. In fact, the way he went up into the air, it reminded me of the Man of Steel trailer when you at the end when you get flying. You get the
Were his eyes always green?
No, they were brown originally, I believe.
Okay. It's a strange choice. I guess it goes with his new T-shirt thing.
Yeah.
So, I guess that's quite a big thing. He's got clothes now.
Yeah.
I'm a real boy. That's my T-shirt, Dad. We don't need that. Oh, I need it for my ready boat. Oh, okay then.
Just stay shirtless. Just for me.
We only joke because we're jealous. If we could get away walking around in just our underwear, we would.
Yep.
Yeah, I think the law in this country is you can walk around naked as long as nobody gets offended.
Yeah.
I think that's literally the law. How preposterous. Like, preposterous. Shit, not this again. I was trying to say that word all day the other day.
Preposterous.
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 Oh, fucking hell.
Hippopotamus preposterous. Say that 10
do any of
times.
you guys like actually like know anything about Astro Boy?
I know that his dad made him to be harder, better, faster, stronger.
Right.
Hey!
Relevant to later. I think like this scientist really from what I remember, like he really wanted a son, so he built like this robot, and for some reason gave him like laser guns for hands and stuff. I guess he didn't want his son to get like bullied in school. So
to be fair though, if you're gonna build a robot, why every eventuality, laser death rays, it's standard procedure.
I never really like watched the anime or anything, but like I saw the movie that they made a while back.
Yeah, that got mixed reviews. What did you think?
I thought that it was like all right. Like it wasn't a bad movie, but like it just wasn't like that great either.
Okay.
And like I don't know, from like a Astro Boy fan point of view, like I don't know how that is, but like it was fine.
That is a good point. I wish I had
Like,
Rafael on. Yeah, go on, George.
Yeah. The most I've seen from Astro Boy is actually that movie, and I actually thought the movie was actually pretty decent for what it was. I haven't watched it in years, but it's not the greatest movie in the world, but I got some decent entertainment out of it.
Yeah, for sure.
It does have a share of problems and plot holes. If you have seen especially if you've seen the Blockbuster Buster review of it, then you'll understand why. But I still enjoyed it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it had an interesting cast too. Like Nicolas Cage was like the scientist. Like,
yes. Yeah, Nicolas Cage played his dad.
Astro Boy. The least Nicolas Cagey performance ever.
Yeah, it was weird. But yeah, in the movie, I don't know if it's the same as like in the anime, but I assume that it is. But in the movie, what happens is the scientist has a son, and then he somehow like dies, and then he creates Astro Boy like in his likeness, like his.
Yeah, I
his
think that is like the original actually.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, and the death scene in the movie is actually kind of horrifying because they're testing out this giant like weapon that they programmed like this dark comet matter into it, and then the kid ends up being trapped behind the glass as it's about to explode, and then the whole thing just ends up exploding, and then it like incinerates him. And
nice.
Oh boy.
Is it like the Indiana Jones scene where like his skin melts? It's like. No,
that would have been amazing, but no. Now that you say that, I wish that's what happened.
See, now I'm wishing it was the voice acting for Mega Man 8. Must be energy crystals. We've never seen anything wicked on Earth. God, if you ever get a chance, look up cutscenes from Mega Man 8 voice acting. I don't know who they got, but it's hilariously bad.
was that still for SNES? Like, they had proper voice acting?
No, that was for PlayStation Mega Man 8.
Oh yeah.
I thought that was Mega Man X on SNES.
The X series started on SNES, but Mega Man 7 was the last one on SNES, and then 8 was PlayStation exclusive. No, PlayStation and Sega Saturn.
Oh, fascinating.
I only know that because I'm a big fat nerd who owned a Saturn. What a loser I am.
We're surrounded by freaking nerds.
But yeah, and George and Carson, you say you've only seen it from the movie. Jack, you mentioned you watched the original show. Did you say? Hello?
Yeah, I think he's frozen.
Jack?
Yeah. Oh, we lost him.
Yep.
I think, actually, now that I think of it, I also watched a little bit of, like, I think they did, like, another anime, like, later on.
Because that's what I was going to say. My big thing with Astro Boy is the 2000s reboot they did.
Yeah.
They did which is more or less exactly the same. They just updated the animation quality, from what I can tell.
Wow.
Yeah. If you can,
nice.
If you can find it.
I remember watching a couple episodes of that, and it was pretty good. I liked it, and it looked good.
Yeah. If you can find it, though, make sure you find an episode guide, because the English episodes were shown out of order and are presented out of order on the DVDs. So certain events happen that don't make sense later. But, I mean, going back to the reboot... I think it was
just on, like, Netflix or whatever, and it's pretty coherent, sorry.
Nice.
So, yeah.
But going back to the reboot, I mean, there's not really a lot to go on there. We've just got to look at the art style.
Which, yeah, it looked pretty good. It was different, you know?
Yeah.
Which was nice.
Yeah. Really wish Jack was here, because this is incredibly awkward.
Well, I think really we've kind of touched upon what we all know about Astro Boy. None of us are really, I'd say, versed enough in it to offer any real opinion or controversy. So,
but do we know if it's gonna be in English, or is it gonna be like French or Japanese? Or
I imagine it'll be French, Japanese, and it will be dubbed into English. I mean, this is the. It's a property we don't do much with. We don't do a lot with. We very rarely get to see it, but when we do, they usually try and make it pretty special and get it out to as many as possible. So I believe the movie was co-French animated as well.
Oh yeah, it was done by Imagi, correct? The same people who did the test footage for a pitched Legend of Zelda movie and the TMNT movie.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh yeah.
Hello.
Oh, thank God he's back.
Well, welcome back.
Killed itself. Fucking pissed off with my internet. No, it's like sometimes it's like it's really great, but like it's so unstable. Like sometimes it just goes for no reason.
Yeah.
We're kind of just wrapping up on Astro Boy because there's not really a lot to go on there.
Okay. Yeah.
There's visuals to look at, and there's talking about what came before, but as far as I know, we've got nothing story-wise at the moment, whether this is going to be a complete reimagining or just going through the same beats again.
Yeah, I mean, it does look really good, and I'm glad they haven't gone like Teen Titans Go on it and just made like a bunch of stupid jokes.
Oh my fucking God, they didn't do that.
Because they could have made, or at least in that direction, they could have just made it like a dumb action thing. Do you know what I mean? Like they could have just had him like shooting some bad guys and going like hee hee hee. But
yeah,
I'm glad they just kind of like focused on like him just like flying and inspiring shit. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So have we all done with that? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
What do you want to talk about next?
I thought we were going to continue at keeping it light and, well, very brief with the California Raisins.
Yeah, what is that?
From what I can tell, it's an advert. They were an advertising brand slogan thing. At least I assume so. They're in that god-awful movie Food Fight, at least, and that was meant to be all big food brands.
Right. So it's a series. It's a series based on the brand.
I think so.
From what I can tell.
Yeah, I think there was some stuff that came before. Yeah, it's like it was stop motion.
Yeah.
It looked fucking weird.
Yeah.
I'm just watching a clip right now, and it's very strange.
I don't know what's more horrifying, these or the Rick Petite video.
What happened in the Rick Petite video?
Have you not seen it? It's the Jackie Wilson video where it's all claymation and...
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
But it's that really creepy kind of American-style claymation where every little thing moves.
Yeah.
Kind of instead of the high-quality Aardman animation, because, you know, we do it right here.
Yeah, sure.
Someone's got speaker bleed, methinks.
Oh, that's me. Give me a second.
Yeah. You can.
I'm just reading the Wikipedia page, and it said that they won an Emmy award.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I think they're actually kind of the first virtual band.
Oh my gosh, yeah, they had like...
Well, surely the Chipmunks
actually had like albums.
Surely the Chipmunks
Are you serious?
Oh yeah, the Chipmunks would have outdone them, but yeah, the California Raisins had albums. How many?
Or at least singles.
Oh, they've got Sing the Hit songs.
Is it just singing about how great raisins are, you know?
Oh,
through the grapevine.
Oh, yeah. That is cheesy. Why would you do that? And of course, Meet the Raisins and Christmas with the California Raisins.
Oh,
and
God.
then What Does It Take to Win Your Love? And I Got You, I Feel Good. Like, those songs are like real songs.
Now here's a quick question. In modern context, how racist are the California Raisins? Because they only sing rhythm and blues.
Well, they're technically... Well, they're not really black, they're kind of brown, I guess?
Oh, you got something about browns?
I'm pretty sure at some point raisin has been a racial slur.
Yeah, I guess they got a lot of the big red lips thing as well going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like the heavy eyelids and shit.
See, I never got that racist stereotype. They had like the really black people with them. I don't know, really black, you know, and the big red lips. Because I've seen loads of black people. I think I've seen like most of the black people I've seen have dark lips.
Yeah.
So I don't know where that stereotype has come from. Like, did they just see like one black guy with really he actually looked like the stereotype? They had really big lips, and they're like, that's what they all look like.
I think kind of the idea with that is it's to make them look, you know, dumb and, you know, slow-witted and whatnot.
Yeah.
To exaggerate that. Either that or it's meant to be a hold back to the black and white minstrels from when that was the only time you could have anything even resembling blacks on TV.
Yeah, and even that was like playing against itself. What a long way we've come. We had them working in the cotton field, and now we've got raisin versions of them forming the blues. Progression.
That's black culture for your people. It can be distilled into claymation.
It's cool. We can make raisin versions of you guys. You've got a president now. It's fine. I'm gonna be thinking about that.
Wow.
Like every time I watch with like the raisin guys, I'm like thinking, is this racist? It's on the cusp. It's a raisin throwaway. Yeah.
They were even in a video game in the 90s, apparently.
Of course. Oh yeah. The California Raisins,
The Grape Escape. Which I'm sure was the name of a board game in this country. You had little plasticine grapes and it'd get smushed in plastic contraptions.
Oh yeah.
Maybe.
Kind of like a really, really shit version of Mousetrap.
Yeah. I would love to see Angry Video Game play the Raisin video game. That'd be awesome.
Yes.
I bet it's terrible. It's like the Blues Brothers video game. Jesus. Watching Game Grumps play is so bad. It's like nothing to do with the movie either. It's like they jump on like mushrooms and stuff. It's like, what? It's not Mario.
Oh yeah, right.
Oh, here we go. The game was never actually released. It was finished and sent out for review, but never released.
Mm.
I bet it's worth a lot of money then. Anyway, I don't know if there's much more else to say.
Except that this is possibly the worst idea for a movie adaptation since possibly ever.
I could imagine short.
Sweet Jesus.
Yeah,
no. Carson?
I mean, I don't know. Like, it seems pretty. I don't know. It seems like an idea. So like, there are a lot of things that you could do with it, I guess.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, I don't know.
12 years of Raisin, basically. So 12 years slave with Raisins.
Like, I don't understand like where they're gonna go with this.
Well, to be fair, I thought that with A Town Called Panic, which IndieWire recently put up on its top 25 animated films of all time.
Oh, I fucking love A Town Called Panic.
But here's the thing, I don't know about in America, but in Britain, our first introduction to those shorts was in adverts for milk.
Ah.
The old Cravendale adverts, if you're wondering, Jack.
Oh.
Yeah. Those adverts were pretty good, actually.
Yeah, they were.
I don't know. I mean, like, we have like so little information about it. Like, I just don't really like know what to think. You know?
Sure, yeah. I
Like,
can imagine
I mean,
being awful though.
Yeah, like it can definitely be like the Smurfs, like, and like Alvin and the Chipmunks, and like really bad.
At least, unlike the Smurfs, these guys knowing pop songs will make a little sense given the background.
Yeah.
Fuck me,
Yeah.
the Smurfs singing "Walk That Way." That was the point I had to turn that movie off. I just couldn't do it anymore. That's it.
Oh, come on, man.
That's the tipping point. No matter how much Neil Patrick Harris charm you pour on, the Smurfs singing Aerosmith and playing Guitar Hero, which doesn't at all date that movie.
Yeah. Oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like when I put Gangnam Style in the Nut Job.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Now that I think about it, that movie is kind of more like an expensive cereal mascot movie, or something like that.
Yeah.
Or some sort of advert for nuts, like some sort of brand of nuts.
Yeah.
I can't think of any
makes
brands
sense.
of nuts.
But like,
I can think of plenty of brands of nuts, if you know what I mean.
like the California Raisins are supposed to be like advertisements, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
And I assume it's advertisements for the California Raisin Company or something like that.
Yeah.
Like, does
No,
that
really?
exist? Like, I'm.
Yeah,
Like,
they were created by the California Raisin Advisory Board. What?
Right. So, like, is this, like, supposed to be, like, a commercial? Like, the movie? Is it supposed to be, like...
Oh, I get it. No, it's actually probably, it's a state-funded thing. Yeah, it's to advertise and increase sales of the state's raisin crop.
Oh.
So just, like, raisins.
It literally is a government conspiracy.
It's like, it's propaganda. Wow.
That's very bizarre.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I mean, it could work. You know, I guess like the Lego Movie is kind of like a massive, expensive advert for Lego, but that was a really great movie. That kind of like, you know, the message wasn't just like about buy Lego. It was more like, you know, Lego is a tool for your imagination, but you can use anything you want as long as you're losing your imagination.
Yeah, as long as
all
you
that
follow
stuff.
the instructions or buy our incredibly expensive buckets of bricks.
Yeah. Fuck me, that shit's like £100. It's like, Christ.
Yeah, seriously.
I was so tempted Christmas Eve, and in the Debenhams near me, they had a they were selling Benny's spaceship for £40.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, that normally retails for like 70-80 because it had a damaged box, and I'm there holding the box, crying while my girlfriend looks on. I don't have the money.
Oh man, yeah.
I'll be very tempted to.
Hissing every time a little kid came near, like I was frigging Gollum.
Must, they're precious.
I think if I had Lego and I had like children, I would literally be like Will Ferrell's character now, like, don't touch it, it's not a toy.
Actually.
Well, there we go. There we go. That's how the California Raisins is gonna go. Don't eat them. They're for adults. These raisins. Section.
I should hope that they wouldn't eat them. Like they're fucking like.
Don't make it really fucking ironic. Like the end of the movie just ends with them being eaten.
Actually, who likes raisins here?
Not me.
I like them in things, but on their own they're just shit grapes.
Yeah, like
that's
like you
literally
buy those like little boxes of raisins.
Yeah, I used to have them as a kid. Yeah.
Yeah. I love them. I eat those like I just like the whole thing in my mouth just like that.
Raisin junkie.
Yeah.
Start injecting raisin essence.
that's how the
Oh, you mean like the plan Brand X had in a food fight to use raisin essence to make their food products so addicting.
Yeah.
It's a shame that it's really sad that I actually remember the plot of that movie.
I'll tell you what. I also hate like fruit and nuts in some nuts are alright in chocolate, but like fruit in chocolate is disgusting.
Yeah, seriously.
Horrible texture.
I don't mind it if it's, say, like, you know, a jam sweet fruit like cherry or strawberry or something.
Yeah.
But if it's just like fruit chunks in like in fruit and nut bars.
I reckon that'll be like the bad guy, the antagonist of the California Raisins. You know, some sort of like mixed nut chocolate bar. That'd be like.
Granola is the enemy.
Oh dear. Yeah, I think we're all raisined out of this one. I
can't think of a reason why.
Master puns.
We got through that entire segment without a single reason pun. One of us was gonna crack.
Yeah, I couldn't really think of any. On the back of my head, I was going, is there a pun like raisin? I guess, yeah.
Well, what's the reasoning behind this?
That's the only pun, isn't it? Though, reason and raisin.
There's always a reason for the chocolate too.
Yeah, I might. If I do need to buy the movie, I might have to do some fundraising. That was terrible.
that was awful, man. Seriously.
That was more forced than the concept of this movie. Yeah, bring it back! Bring it back! Yeah, I think we're all tied up with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So moving on, so some more like kind of darker, what's not that dark, controversial news. The latest one of the variant covers of the new Batgirl has been pulled as trying to find a reason, but I guess like
as usual with anything like this, because it looks a bit rapey with the gun pointing down. Because I mean, after all, if you're hanging your hand over someone's shoulder like that,
or is like victimizing women or something?
Yeah, something like that. I just thought I saw it and immediately just thought they were trying to reference Killing Joke, you know, one of the most important events in Batman history. But
well, that's what the artist said. The artist is Rafael
Albuquerque, which I knew we should have turned left out. Yeah.
Is that actually how he's saying his name? Like Albuquerque?
Albuquerque, like the city, yeah.
Is that how the city is spelled?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's why no one can actually find it.
But it was actually his decision to pull it. And interestingly, a DC pressured him to make it darker. So he's decided to pull it after all the hoo-ha. And he's saying, my intention was never to hurt or upset anyone through my art. Through that reason, I've recommended DC that the variant cover be pulled. And I'm incredibly pleased that DC is listening to my concerns and will not be publishing the cover in June, as previously announced. And he does admit it was a homage to the Killing Joke. He does go on to say it's not suitable for the intended audience, and I do agree with that because the new this new Batgirl comic series is kind of more directed at kind of younger girls. It's kind of made to be kind of more lighter and kind of appeal more to them. So I do see that reason in it. But maybe it was too dark for the audience. But I think some of the other reasons, I'm sure you guys might agree with me, but I think just because it was like victimizing a woman, like I think if that was Robin, who was like crying and everything, I don't think anyone was saying anything. It's just like Robin getting screwed over again.
Wow. Bear in mind, the readers once voted for Robin to be beaten to death with a crowbar.
Yes. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, like, what do you guys have to say on it? Because it is quite controversial.
I'm looking. I have not seen like the full cover. I've only seen the bit of the article of it. I'm looking at the cover right now, and God, this is genuinely very unnerving to look at. Like, I know that was probably his intent, but this doesn't encourage me to try and read the comic it's trying to market to. It just looks overly mean, to be honest. I'm not entirely sure why, because like I've seen like this kind of stuff done before, and it may be due to the fact that maybe it's because like what you said about it being like Batgirl and stuff. But for me, I think it's because like her expression, like with the way he's looking at it, the way he's holding the gun, and how the smile on his face, it's just really, really hard to look at.
That's my only real criticism, is that like the fact that she's crying. I mean, like, it's fine to cry.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'd be pissing myself if I was in her situation. But I guess it's a bit. It does make it a bit too distressing. I think that's why.
Yeah.
If she was looking more like kind of determined or like resistant or something, then I think it'd be fine. I think it's pretty much just the fact that she's crying.
I'd agree with you there. For one of the Bat family, she does look awfully passive on this. But the other thing to remember, and it's the same issue we had with the Spider-Woman cover a couple of months back, it's a variant cover. This is something you might have a copy of in a comic shop, and you have to ask specifically for it. This won't be the one out of the mainstream shelves. This won't be the one you'd see in Barnes and Noble.
Yeah, I agree. Like it might not be like suitable or appropriate for like the main audience, but the main audience isn't really going to be seeing it. It's going to be the collectors who like are going out of their way to
buy it.
And like I don't know, I don't think there's anything like inherently wrong with it, because like it is referencing that story, and like it's pretty dark, but like it happens, and like it happened in the stories, and they were saying like it's kind of inappropriate because of like the new, more like hopeful way that the story is going, but like that's not really the point of a variant cover, so like I don't really see the problem. And like I understand that like violence against women is a really big problem, but I don't think a variant cover is really gonna perpetuate it, or it not being there is gonna help it stop at all.
I mean, who likes the cover? Who thinks it's like a good cover?
I think it's a pretty good cover. Like, I mean, it obviously doesn't, from what I understand, it doesn't like reflect the story well, but like as a piece of art, I think it's good. It looks good, you know, and it's effective. Obviously, if you know people like George are unnerved by it.
I think it's really. I think the smile with his lipstick's really clever. Like, having her so upset, and it's a nice juxtaposition.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you, David?
Yeah. I'm more or less with Carson on this. It's a good piece of art as a standalone piece of art. If it was the main cover, if this was going to be the cover you'd see every time you walked into a comic shop, I can understand the problems people would have with it. But as I said, it's a variant. You've got to go out of your way to see this. It's more like a piece of art you'd see included in a collection, you know, Rafael Albuquerque's DC collection covers book sort of thing. Like, oh, this one was rejected, but we ended up going with this one. It feels more like that sort of piece rather than anything that would be used as an actual comic book cover.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
It's more. That's what I'm trying to say. Sorry. In short, it's more a tonal piece rather than anything else.
I will say as well, like if you look at just like comic book covers in general, the male superheroes get like destroyed all the time. Well, I mean they all get destroyed. Like you see one like Superman who's got like the crap being out of him, and like, the bad guys like lifting him up by the cape and it's like strangling him. Or it's like Batman who's got like he's being like stabbed through the gut. Like
or like the broken back thing.
Oh, the broken back thing. Yeah. So it's just kind of like very. I think it's like kind of very narrow-minded, narrow-scoped. If you just think like this is, they only do this for the women characters. It's like, well, if you look at the other ones, it's even more brutal.
To be fair though, I do think a lot of it has come down to the fact that the gun is pointing down in the way it is. The idea that's sexually suggestive. If it was a gun pointing at a head, I don't think there'd be as much controversy about it. Some people were like, "Oh, it's a little inappropriate."
I didn't even notice that. I thought it was him just being like kind of relaxed. So well, he's in control. He's relaxed.
Yeah.
Like that.
Well, that's kind of what I said at the beginning. If you've got your hand over someone's shoulder and you're relaxed, that's the way your hand just naturally rests.
Sure.
But I do think that obviously power of art and symbolism and whatnot. It is highly suggestive of something else going on. But let's face it.
Yeah. But I mean, like, when you look at the Killing Joke, like, in the story, he does, like, you never see it, but, like, it's heavily implied that he, like, sexually assaults her, and, like, he takes a bunch of pictures of her naked and, like, all that stuff, like, after she's been shot and paralyzed. Like, it's pretty dark stuff, so, like, in comparison, like, it's pretty vanilla.
Yeah, I will say, like, one more thing on that. I read on Twitter there was like there's a girl talking about it, and she says like a lot of people against it always like saying it's making like women weak and stuff and all that. But she was like, well, actually, I find it inspirational because I've actually been like sexually. I'm not saying I have, but this is the person saying I've actually been sexually abused, and to see this character have all this shit happen to her, like she goes through the stuff with the Joker. And she goes through being like paralyzed, and then recovers. But all through that, she's still like a hero. And she said like she found it inspiring.
It's rising above a terrible situation. It's what our superheroes are meant to do.
Which I think is a really interesting viewpoint. That doesn't really get talked about.
It doesn't get.
I'm not saying like every female character should happen to.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, in this case.
Well, the reason it doesn't get talked about in that light enough is, and as sad as this is, a lot of the websites reporting on this are doing so because it's a good way to generate clicks at the moment. Is violence against women in nerd media is currently a big, huge thing. Regardless of your opinion.
I think the other thing is, like, the Joker has had, like, a very abusive relationship with Harley Quinn since her inception. and no one. I mean, like people obviously say stuff about it, but for the most part, they're like, oh, it's whatever, like relationship goals, and then this comes out and everyone.
Well, I know
Shit.
someone who like is like a feminist who's like into all that women empowerment stuff, but she loves Harley Quinn. Like Harley Quinn's her favorite character, and she loves cosplaying it. So I think this is what comes down to. Like people who want to be offended will find things to be offended by. Like for instance, when Barbara recovers from being like disabled, some people are saying, "Oh, it's screwing over disabled people because they had a role model and then it got taken away." They're not really happy that she managed to recover from her ailment. It's just more, it's kind of almost like selfish, but because it's so emotionally charged, it's really difficult to have conversations about it. Because like everyone's, it kind of draws on people's own experiences, and that's kind of like, if you disagree with them, it's kind of like disagreeing, like saying like what happened to them was right or something, which isn't true at all. But I guess objectivity is becoming a scarce trait. That's what I'm trying to say.
Well, as I say, it's just all these websites rely on ad revenue. They're losing a lot out to YouTubers who, quite frankly, often have something more insightful to say than these.
Like us.
Yes. Woo! So insightful with our raisin puns.
Yeah.
But that's what it comes down to. It's you post an article like this, you put a bit of controversy around it, you get the clicks, and then you get clicks when BuzzFeed report on it and link back and cite your website, and then when everyone is posting the article over the BuzzFeed article on Facebook, they're clicking back to look at your site. It's a great way to generate clicks. Quite frankly, I think we should call more controversy, get a lot more views than YouTube can pay us. And it seems to work that way anyway.
The one thing I find kind of interesting about this story is that who kind of pushed for it to get canceled, which isn't usually the case. Usually the artist is just kind of like in the middle of the comic company and the fans, and they're just kind of like, hey, I made this art, like it's whatever. But this artist kind of like went and was like, yeah, no, like I'm sorry about it, like I didn't mean to, like take it away, which is kind of interesting.
You don't see that much.
I don't think the artist should apologise for the work, but I do completely understand him for this not wanting to represent his career, especially after this controversy. This is going to be the link piece. Whenever it's like, oh, check out this new Rafael Albuquerque cover, the guy who did that one Batgirl cover. I understand why you want that to be pulled, because in the current climate with that association, that's the kind of thing that just has your entire career. That's now his entire career will be that cover. And he didn't want that. He probably knew that's what was going to happen, and why in particular he might have pushed against it. But editorial mandate is editorial mandate, and at the end of the day, especially if you're freelance, you do what you do to get paid.
Yeah.
Does anyone else have like anything more to say on it? Like, I think we've covered all the bases.
Well, I'll just say one thing. It's a little bit of a comic recommendation, but if you kind of want to see what a really good artist and writer can do when he's given this sort of work, check out Adam Warren's Empowered. It's a really great, fascinating, and hilarious comic book, and that started out with him getting commissions to draw sexy, voluptuous superheroines in compromising and bondage-prone positions.
Yeah, I will just say I don't really like the word heroin because it sounds like the drug, and it's not very catchy. Do you know what I mean? Just like I don't know. If I was like to go back in time and they were coming up with like another word for a female hero, I'd just be like, don't worry with another word. Just call them like hero. Trust me.
Yeah.
Make hero gender neutral, people. Do our part for the feminist fight. Yeah, I love women, but fuck those bitches.
You're gonna see like in the comments like just like a ton. I think some of the stuff. I don't know what I can't remember what we said like last week. Yeah, but we said. I think BuzzFeed's gonna come down on hard on us.
I can see BuzzFeed coming down hard on us if they ever catch wind of us and fly under that radar. Either that, or one of us will ghostwrite an article and send it into them. We get the payday, we get the podcast some exposure.
That's how you do it.
It's a trap. Yeah?
I was just going to make a shit joke, but I once actually considered writing an article for BuzzFeed about how men with long hair is anti-feminist because they make other women feel inadequate with how pretty their hair is.
Very true, very true.
Oh shit! I remember when I had my hair long, it looked fucking terrible. It's like I don't know why, but I think it's because like when I was in primary school, they didn't let us have long hair, and I wanted to be anti-establishment, so like I grew it long. But it's not like yours, David. It's just kind of like kind of straight. It was almost like a mullet, but somehow looked worse than a normal mullet. I might send you guys a picture afterwards, just so you can have a good laugh.
Believe me, I suffered from my hair. When I was in primary school, before I had this hair, I had a Jufro.
Ooh.
A Jufro.
A Jufro.
Nice.
Okay.
Imagine being an 8-year-old goth with a Jufro. Imagine what the other kids did to me.
All right. Okay. Time for some lighter news.
I think so.
Yeah. Okay. So it's been making the rounds this week quite a lot, but here we have it. Kids Next Door is doing a sequel series. I don't know, but I think it's gonna be called Galactic Kids Next Door. And from what I gather, it's gonna be set, obviously, galactically, kind of like Star Wars style. I've heard all sorts of things. I've heard. There's gonna be a part of it. The original voice actors back. Sorry, was I lagging?
Yeah.
Yeah, you were. Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I meant it's being a penis. Did you guys catch what I said?
No.
Something about and then original voice actors.
Oh, okay, right. So, am I talking right now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, right. So, something making the rounds this week is the new Kids Next Door series called Galactic Kids Next Door. So, which implies what we've seen is going to be kind of around the galaxy rather than just kind of like Star Wars, I suppose. I think I heard Rebecca Sugar's going to be a part of it.
Yeah.
And some of the original voice actors are coming back.
Yep.
I don't really know. I never really watched it when it was out. I think I wanted to watch it, but it was on like some sort of like American channel you had to pay for, and we never had Sky.
Yeah, it's. I think we only got it on Cartoon Network over here, so.
Yeah, I didn't have Cartoon Network.
No, me either. Either that, or it's on one of those stupid early morning Saturday kid shows, which I could never be asked watching because I'd break up the episode, then have little skit segments, and then half an hour later you got the other half. Yeah.
Brutal.
Yeah. So what do you guys think? Because I haven't really got much to say because I don't know much about it.
I used to watch it when I was a kid, and I don't know, it's kind of an interesting concept, like having a bunch of kids like in this like secret agency, kind of like working against adults, and like all these gadgets, and they had all these gadgets and shit. Like it was kind of a cool show, but like I don't really remember too much about like about it, like, story-wise. But, like, I don't understand, like, if it's, like, a direct sequel with, like, I guess if the voice actors are coming back, like, they'll use the same characters.
Oh, yeah, I think they have the same characters.
Yeah, but, like, I don't know, did you see the animatic?
Yeah, I did, yeah.
Yeah, so what I got from that was, like, the guy in the sunglasses was number one, who is in the original series, but, like, he looks older, which is weird. And, like, because, like, I don't know, they're, like, supposed to be against, like, teenagers, but, like, he kind of looks like a teenager.
I guess
and then,
like, growing up, I suppose.
Yeah, and then, like, they're in space. And, like, they went into space in, like, the original series, but, like, it looks like there's some kind of, like, alliance of, like, different aliens, like, talking to him. And then, like, it looks like he's going to destroy Earth because of, like, the amount of adults. But, like, that's not really what they were about. So, like, I don't know if he, like, turned evil. And I have no idea who the other guy was.
Yeah, because one of the kids ended up begging him not to do it.
Yeah. I don't know who that guy was.
Yeah. The Galactic Council kind of entrusted him to make his own decision.
Yeah.
But because I'm not sure if it's actually going to be a series. I've heard a conflicting report that it might just be a one-off movie, which I think could be interesting. Kind of bookend it with the kids growing up and kind of having to deal with that, and how do each of them deal with it?
Yeah.
And because Nigel Lunos was the leader of kind of, I think the part of it might be that he's the one struggling to let go and grow up and.
Right.
But that's just me.
That
hypothesizing,
makes sense.
Speculating.
Sure. Yeah, because the way that it worked in the series was kind of weird. It's like, if you're under 13, then you can be, like, part of the Kids Next Door, and it was, like, this global, like, organization of, like, kids working against, like, adults and teenagers. But, like, once you passed 13, like, you weren't allowed to be part of the KND, and, like, you were a teenager and, like, working against the KND, and, like, so, like, that must be, like, an interesting transition, because, like, I don't think you ever saw anyone, like, go between that in the series. Maybe one character, I think. I vaguely remember that happening, but I might be making that up. So, yeah, I guess that could be, like, a kind of interesting thing. Because, like, I think what happens is, like, they end up, like wiping your memory or something of your time in the KND. So... yeah, it's kind of weird. But if they go that route, I think it could be an interesting concept instead of just like Kids Next Door in space.
I mean, it tie in with the whole idea of then making the show to appeal to a new audience, but also to the people who remember it and have grown up watching it. And it gives them something to look forward to instead of just it's more of the same, but with characters you're going to like a lot less because they weren't yours.
Yeah. And, like, do we know if it's actually, like, a thing or animatic that could have been, like, years old and, like, it's canceled?
What we know from the Warburton blog, the guy who's the original creator, this is new stuff they're pushing and they're going to try and get something off the ground. Apparently they've had some exciting news that they're going to announce next week, so we'll see what happens there. It could very well be that they've just got the copyright off Cartoon Network and they're going to self-fund.
I will... I'm sounding right, aren't I?
Yeah,
I'm getting some really bad lag for some reason. I will just say, I think taking it into like some sort of galactic thing
Oh, we lost you. Lost you again for a second.
Yeah, sorry. I was gonna say because like the original series is kind of like more relatable. I think by making it galactic, it kind of loses that that element. Because like if you think about like Kids Next Door, kind of like sets off your imagination as a kid. Like, oh, maybe there's some sort of organization with kids fighting adults. While this like isn't really relatable. It's like something else entirely different.
Yeah.
So I'm not too sure how it's going to work, but you know, if they've got the people behind it, it could work.
Yeah, I agree, because I think that's kind of my problem with it, is like it's kind of if you go like in space and like that kind of stuff, and it's just like more of the same but in space, like you've kind of lost the essence of like what it was about. But if you do like a movie or like a TV movie or whatever, that is kind of like a continuation of like the character and like dealing with the transition, like you said, like that, I think that could be interesting because it's more about like the character rather than like the premise. So like it fits more.
Yeah.
Yeah, but again, this is like the Astro Boy thing. There's not really a lot to go on about. Got an animatic and a lot of speculation, but beyond that, there's not really a lot to go on. We just have to wait to see what happens.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. I think that wraps it up for this week's news. Are we ready to do the movie of the week?
We can do, yeah.
Okay, cool. I think it would be a good idea if someone else hosts it, because my internet's being a little shit.
Trapper, why do you have to be so stupid?
Every time you say that, you just remind me of Eric Cartman, this shopkeeper.
Nah, kitty!
I should have left you with the meth addicts.
Okay, cool. So, so we'll wrap up. We're going to do another show in just a second, talking about our movie of the week, which is the Daft Punk movie Interstellar 5555, which I thought was 3 5s, but whatever.
It's the 5 Ecrit, 5 Tory of the 5 Ecrit.
Just call it Interstellar 555.
I thought it was like the story of the secret solar system. I thought that's what.
Yeah, the secret of the story of the secret star system. There we go.
Oh yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, but instead of S's, it's all 5s. So it's like Tac-Free. Who thought of rebranding taken as Tac-Free? I'll never know, but they're an idiot.
Okay, cool. So. Well, on that, let's finish. We'll see everyone in just a second.
Bye!
Goodbye!